It's Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. Now, here's Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop.
Good Tuesday morning. It is 10 after 9. Hoping everybody's having a great start to your morning. How's it going, Mary?
Wow, it's just about 2026. This is New Year's Eve.
The eve of the eve.
Eve of the eve, yeah. Got any big plans for New Year's Eve?
Yeah, we're going to do a nice little dinner over at Mom and Dad's. They're cooking up a prime rib. Mom does an excellent job with that, so looking forward to that. Other than that, just kind of hanging around the house.
Okay.
It's one of those things where every once in a while, well, almost every other year, when we don't have Adam, we might take off and go to a casino. A lot of times we go to Turtle Lake. That's always kind of a fun one. They always have some bands.
Where's Turtle Lake?
It's in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
It's do you know where Cumberland, Wisconsin is?
Yeah, kinda.
Yep.
So
Remember,
head east.
Remember Barron, Wisconsin? That girl got kidnapped a couple years ago.
Yes.
Just
right
outside
near
of there. Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah, we don't have any plans. I don't know. Maybe I'll whip something up new in my new blender.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Blender.
Yeah, I know. It's been fun. In fact, I've been to the grocery store so many times to get little of this, little of that. Now I'm going to start on the smoothie run. So I think that's going to be one of my New Year's resolutions for both of us. John is not a fruit eater, and I love fruit. But I think if I put it in a smoothie, he would eat it.
Yeah, we kind of went through our pace of the smoothies. Adam had a bunch, Jen had a bunch, I had one or two. I'd just rather just eat the fruit.
See, I would rather eat the fruit too. However, in a smoothie you can put some things
like yogurt and
yogurt. Even I know these sound terrible, and I haven't tried it, so I don't know if I can do it or not. But kale or spinach, so you get all those good vitamins.
Well, I mean, I love spinach, but kale is just wrong.
Well, I think it doesn't even taste.
It's like chewing on plastic.
Yeah, I agree. But if it's all chopped up and it's completely smooth, I'm going to try it.
Okay.
And then there's things like chia seeds and flaxseed that give it kind of a nutty flavor.
Yep.
And they're super good for you. They're just things that you wouldn't otherwise get.
Jen, for a while, made me back when I was doing news and had to come in really early in the morning, some kind of like homemade oatmeal type thing that had chia seeds and flaxseed and a bunch of other stuff in it.
And it really is a good flavor. All of those things are. Chia seeds, I think, don't taste, but flaxseed is really nutty. I love the
I just know if you take a bunch of chia seeds and you put them on pottery, it grows hair.
Oh, there you go. Chia. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so I'm going to try to do a little bit. I'm going to experiment. I was looking at some recipes this morning for certain kinds of things. Maybe you don't sleep well. Maybe you're bloated. Maybe, whatever your deal is.
Yeah, if you figure out that don't sleep well, please let me know.
Yeah, I for sure will. Yeah, I don't know that there's anything I can do. But, or like anti-inflammatory, if you have joint problems, inflamed joints, that sort of thing. There's a lot of, and they're all natural things. I mean, it's like ginger root and things like that are really good anti-inflammatory stuff. And so I think, well, I'm going to try a few of those and see if I can stomach adding some green in there.
I'm surprised you don't like spinach.
I love spinach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I could
kind of had that in the weird kale thing.
I can absolutely eat that raw. Yeah. I don't know that I like it ground up in a smoothie, but because I like to eat it, like on a salad, or I will eat spinach.
I like the salad, or if you want to eat a lot of it, put it in a big bowl because it goes down to nothing, and then throw a little butter, olive oil, and garlic in there, and mix that up.
That's really good.
And then it withers and it goes.
Yeah, it gets wilted like in a second.
Yeah.
That's really good. I love it. Like in an omelet, I will often cut up spinach for an omelet. So I can eat all that stuff on its own, but the deal is, do you? So if it's something that you made kind of a habit, like a daily habit in a smoothie of some kind, maybe you'd see some good effects. It can't hurt you, that's for sure.
I think the thing that killed our smoothie run was everybody got tired of washing the blender.
Right.
It's just like, oh, I gotta wash this thing.
I know. Well, the other day when I made soup in it, I rinsed it and it just rinsed out beautifully. So, and it is all dishwasher safe. And but if you use it every day, you don't want it in the dishwasher. And I don't run the dishwasher every day. But that's one of the things I want to try. And will I keep it up? I don't know.
Make it a resolution.
Yes, and I
Tis the season.
I think what we'll have to do is maybe make it like almost like a dessert item or something, at least for John, because he leaves so early in the morning. I'm sorry, love him to pieces, but I'm not getting up at 3 in the morning to
What you
do the
could
blender thing.
You could put all the ingredients in the blender and put it in the fridge. So all he has to do is socket it in there, hit play,
He won't.
brush his teeth, pour it out.
He gets his coffee made, and that's probably
That's
as
the
much
extent.
as you. Yeah, that would probably be. I don't know. We're going to give it a try, see if it works. I looked up some recipes today, and every recipe has banana in it. Which, the only way that I love a banana is if I cut it in pieces and put a little peanut butter on it.
It's a cheap filler.
It is a cheap filler, and it gives you some sweet. It gives you potassium, so it gives you good things. But there's also a lot of sugar in bananas.
There's a lot of sugar in fruit, period.
There is, and it's all natural sugar, so it's better for you.
Yeah.
But I don't think you want to toss in a whole bunch either. And I noticed a bunch of these recipes call for coconut water. And
Really?
I suppose that's just to sweeten it a bit. But I think I'm going to try it with just regular water.
I think they're just trying to make it expensive.
Well, first of all, where do you find coconut water? I don't even know
Probably
where to buy
grocery
that,
store.
I suppose. I found coconut milk,
Yeah.
but not coconut water. So I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. Some of these recipes have stuff that I've never even heard of.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
so things I couldn't even repeat because I didn't have a clue what they were. And when I come to that, I usually just skip it and hope that it doesn't.
Well, those are the ones you got to try. It's just like, wow, what is blah, 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 blah.
I know. And so sometimes I do look it up and find out what it is. And a lot of times you can substitute. I told you that tomato soup recipe called for dates. And I couldn't find dates, but I found prunes. And I thought, close enough, so I threw in prunes. And I think that's pretty much the same thing, isn't it?
I have no idea what a
Dates
date
and
is.
prunes? I don't know. But anyway, I couldn't find dates, so I threw in prunes, and it
Well, I
was
know
really
prunes
good.
will make you go to the restroom a little bit later on.
Maybe. I think you'd have to eat a bunch of them. There was only 2 in this recipe, and they're, about the size of a 50-cent piece. They're not very big. Well, lots of news out there, and this is the time of year where we get to see all the year in review stuff. I kind of enjoy that. Like when you look back and see like the top news stories of the year, who are the top influencers of the year.
I hate that phrase.
Well, I hate influencers, but the people maybe in politics or just world economy or whatever, who were some of the big influencers in some things that happened? Sadly, we have some really knuckleheaded influencers who changed a lot of things for us, especially here in Minnesota. But anyway, a couple of news stories that we can hit, and the Biden area rental assistance, they are finding now that it included payments to dead tenants and non-citizens. This is coming out in a report by the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, recently revealed billions in taxpayer funds that went to questionable rental assistant recipients under former President Joe Biden. The recipients included approximately 30,000 deceased tenants and thousands of potential non-citizens, according to a copy of HUD's agency financial report for fiscal year 2025, which was obtained by the New York Post. HUD officials told the Post that a large concentration of those funds went to New York, California, and Washington, D.C., with deceased recipients getting funds in all 50 states.
I hope if one thing does come out of this, I hope there's more accountability and more paying attention for fraud. I mean, some of it is just so stupid and so blatantly obvious.
The thing in Pelican Rapids is a perfect example of blatantly stupid with absolutely nobody watching. There was not one single check on that deal. To think that they said that they were feeding what?
Like 6,000.
6,000 a day
Yep.
when, 2,500 people total
Yeah.
live in Pelican Rapids. How did that get missed?
Yeah, they've got to have some accountability in some of these departments.
Well, there has to be a lot more rules and regulations to get this stuff, distributed to people.
Yeah.
I mean, there has to be some checks and balances here. And then a little closer to home, Minnesota officials and a daycare manager denied fraud allegations Monday after that viral video we talked about yesterday that questioned state-funded child care centers, both sides disputing claims that the facility was closed or improperly collecting taxpayer money. The allegations stem from a viral video posted by independent journalist Nick Shirley showing visits to several Minnesota daycare facilities, including Quality Learning Center, which they misspelled the word learning, which I think is hilarious. That's in Minneapolis, which appeared inactive during the visit despite receiving state child care assistance funds. At a news conference Monday, Minnesota Department of Children, Youth, and Families Commissioner Tiki Brown said prior inspections of the centers did not uncover fraud and that the regulators are conducting additional unannounced visits to review concerns raised by the video. We are aware of a video that's being circulated, they said, that has gained local and national attention about child care centers in Minnesota. While we have questions about some of the methods that were used in the video, we do take the concerns that the video raises about fraud very seriously.
Well, of course they're going to, not like the methods. They actually went out and investigated.
They actually, boots on the ground, right. Yeah. Brown said that each facility mentioned in the video has been visited at least once in the past 6 months as part of the state's licensing process, with annual inspections conducted without advance notice to assess normal operations. I find that very hard to believe.
Yeah, they're trying to cover their butts.
None of those investigations uncovered findings of fraud, she said, adding that there is currently no pause on payments.
Of course.
To the centers named in the video. Are you kidding me? So they have video, boots on the ground, seeing these places that are clearly not even operational.
Yep.
And they are still receiving money. Minnesota, that ought to make you mad.
That's
Makes
the Walls
me
administration right there.
Oh, my goodness. Somebody shut this stuff down. Anyway, the FBI surges resources now to Minnesota as Kash Patel from the FBI calls $250 million fraud scheme just the tip of a very large iceberg.
Yeah, thankfully, one good thing about Walls being in the national spotlight is a lot of the stuff isn't getting swept under the rug like it normally would be on the national level. Because everybody's like, oh, well, he was the former Democrat vice presidential candidate. What's he doing? So I think that might burn a little bit brighter in the spotlight than it normally would.
I hope so. And, like I said yesterday, it shouldn't matter what party you are from. If you live in Minnesota, you're being robbed.
Yep.
And now there's proof. There's video proof of places that aren't even operational, but they are still getting checks.
Yep.
Even after all of this scrutiny, I just don't get it.
That was my favorite part. We haven't pulled any payments. It's like,
wow.
Really?
Yeah, that's terrible. Remember yesterday we talked about the video where Peggy Flanagan wore the hijab on her head and delivered this, "We love the Somalian population." Anyway, a Minnesota Republican senatorial candidate, David Hahn, is calling on one of his potential Democratic opponents to apologize after a video of her wearing that hijab and supporting the Somali community amidst a massive fraud scandal that went viral on social media. Now, if you're running for office as a Democrat, I'd want to get out ahead of that. I would want to, we can't even say if, we know that there is massive fraud. I'd want to be out there screaming and yelling, saying, I'm going to do something about this.
No, they're pandering to the voters.
Wow. And all they're doing, 2 words. For sure, racist.
Yep.
That's usually the one that comes out.
That's the default.
Yep.
Racist and Islamophobic.
Yeah, those are the 2 that they are thrown out there all the time. And that is if you rise up against anything, if you have a dissenting opinion about anything, especially that, of course, involves the Somali population. And I think it goes without saying, we know that not every Somali is
No.
a bad guy. We know that. We are acknowledging that. But all of this fraud has been supporting the Somali community. And, you know, they want this country to be their country. And if you don't want this country to be Somalia, then we got to do something.
Yep.
Anyway, he said it's emblematic of the way that she and other Democrat politicians in Minnesota have behaved over the past decade or so. They are very political, said former Minnesota State Senator David Hahn, who is running for Senate in the Republican primary of Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan's video wearing that hijab and defending the Somali community amid massive fraud scandal that has rocked Minnesota over the past several years. They are just pandering, your word, it's right here. They are just pandering to political constituencies, and they're not doing the job that they were elected to do. Oh my goodness, amen. In the video, which was widely criticized by conservatives on social media last week, Flanagan can be seen donning a hijab while talking to Somali constituents. Even her greeting was in Somali. She says in the video, Salam alaikum. I don't know how to pronounce Somali, thank heaven. Anyway, the Somali community is part of the fabric of the state of Minnesota. Well, that would be okay if they came here, they became legal U.S. citizens, they paid their share, they weren't given everything, and they weren't stealing Minnesota's, Minnesotans absolutely blindly.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to say good things. But anyway, you and I have said so many times, where will this go?
I don't think anything will happen.
Boy, how can it not?
It's
Gosh, it's unbelievable.
It's the people down in the cities.
Okay, I didn't get to one thing that's on our political side of the show, but I'm going to nail it after we come back.
Yep.
So stay tuned.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Previously on the Under the Hood Show. When I was a kid, I had a chance to get a chemistry set.
I got
Only
the
I'd have
chemistry
known.
set, and I started experimenting with the baking soda and the vinegar thing, and how cool that was. And, of course, I had to overdo it like I do everything. And I got it on a little bigger level, and I got in a lot of trouble, and we had to buy new carpet for the living room. It was not good.
You should listen to the Nordstrom's Under the Hood Show with the Motor Medics right here.
KBRF, 1250 a.m. every Saturday at 10 a.m.
I'm Derek Sidian with KBRFradio.com News. Join me every Friday at 5 on KBRFradio.com or on the Fergus Now app for the weekly news recap, where I recap this week's hottest local news and you catch up on what you might have missed. From local crime and business news to road construction and car accidents, the weekly news recap keeps you up to date on what you need to know. The KBRF Weekly News Recap is brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonmemorial.com. Memorials that matter.
Today on Hot Talk with the Ox, right away hear how Trump's meeting with Bibi at Mar-a-Lago went yesterday, along with the latest from Vlad and Vlad. Then we continue with our walk down memory lane 2025 and taking your predictions for 2026. At 4:06, hear the Westside Liquor Wine Line, then hear fellow Ox listeners' Wines of the Week. See you for Hot Talk with the Ox today from 2 to 5 on KBRF.
What's the Ox say?
KBRF presents Where to Eat, the culinary adventure, sponsored by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food in Fergus Falls. Hi, I'm Zach Daniels. And I'm Dave Bishop, your guide to the region's culinary treasures.
Join us as we explore various restaurants, uncover delicious meals, and highlight each restaurant's signature dish.
Experience diverse cuisine types, unique atmospheres, and must-try dishes. Check it out on KBRFradio.com and the Fergus Now app.
New episodes air every first Friday of the month. Where to Eat, powered by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Find out why the markets are moving. Get in-depth ag information with the Red River Farm Network on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
River Farm Network with your opening market update. Grains, taking a look at the grains, starting out the day's trade a bit lower here with a lot of red on the board. Bauer Trading Market Analyst Ben Cash says the grains seeing some outside pressure that has them trading lower to start out the day.
Kind of a risk-off tone. I mean, it started yesterday. We continuing to hear talks about possibly ceasefire there in Ukraine and Russia. You know, that kind of led the markets weaker. But overnight, we've seen things escalate again. Russia did go ahead and bomb some of the Ukrainian ports. So the market's seen a little response overnight to that, but now we move along in this day session here and just seeing pressure once again. So really not too much to go off of fundamental news. Weather seems to be okay. For the time being for South America. So that's why we're seeing that pressure on the corn and beans as well.
Cattle markets trading higher off of good fundamental support.
We continue to see it here on these cattle on feed reports. Inventories are quite tight. If you're looking at cash cattle trade, it's been quite firm yet, and beef demand at the retail counter has been quite steady even up at these price levels. So right now in the cattle market, we're kind of in a balancing act at this point. I think it's found a level that it is content with until some other fundamental change comes around. Now from a technical standpoint, we did see the front months on feeders close that gap there last week, and it looks like some of these deferred months may be eyeing to do the same thing here in the next couple sessions, but we still have that huge gap well up at the record highs of, around the high 360s to the low 370 levels.
Reporting agriculture's business, you are listening to the Red River Farm Network.
Here's the latest from CHS Ag Services. Sales agronomist Cody Henriksen is with us with his seed recommendations for 2026.
Well, got a couple different soybean and corn varieties from our on the NK side. On the soybeans, we got 06 A1 A3. The great soybean, kind of a go anywhere type of bean. Great on IDC, great on white mold, with a great top end yield potential. Looking at a little bit earlier bean, a little bit newer one would be the 04 A9 A3. Also got great top end on that one. On the corn side, we got the 8005. It's a great flex corn for a variety of yield environments. It'll flex for anywhere from 28,000 up to 34,000 feet per acre, depending on where you want to put it.
CHS Ag Services, providing solutions for your success.
Thanks to the American farmer for putting food on the plate, clothes on our back, and fuel in our tank. Your work is measured in acres, not hours. The Red River Farm Network is here to deliver farm news, markets, and weather information to the best farmers in the business. From Rugby to Benson and Roseau to Aberdeen, the Red River Farm Network covers agriculture. Go online to rrfn.com to find your local Red River Farm Network radio station. Podcasts are also available online at rrfn.com, iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify. The Red River Farm Network is your go-to source for farm news, markets, and weather. Trust Don Wick, Tyler Donaldson, Jamie Dickerman, and Drew Lerner, delivering the information that impacts your bottom line. We're the Red River Farm Network, and we're reporting agriculture's business.
30 years of reporting agriculture's business. Red River Farm Network.
Checking quotes, May wheat Minneapolis is even at 5.89 3/4. Chicago May wheat's 1 3/4 lower to 5.23. KC wheat trading 2.5 cents down to 5.24 3/4. March corn down a penny and 3/4 at 4.40 1/2. January soybeans 2 1/4 down at 10.47 1/4. January canola in Winnipeg's up $1.90 per metric ton at 591.50 Canadian. February live cattle are up 77 cents to 229.75. January feeders are $1.70 higher at 348.70. February hogs up 60 cents, 85.07. You are listening to the Red River Farm Network.
Today on Hot Talk with the Ox, right away hear how Trump's meeting with Bibi at Mar-a-Lago went yesterday, along with the latest from Vlad and Vlad. Then we continue with our walk down memory lane 2025 and taking your predictions for 2026. At 4:06, hear the Westside Liquor Wine Line, then hear fellow Ox listeners' Wines of the Week. See you for for Hot Talk with the Ox today from 2 to 5 on KBRF.
What's the ox say?
KBRFradio.com news. Get the news that matters delivered straight to your inbox. With KBRF Daily Headlines, you'll stay up to date on everything happening in your community. Sign up today and receive a roundup of the day's top stories all in one email. It's fast, convenient, and it's always free. From local updates to breaking news, KBRF brings you the headlines you need right at your fingertips. Visit KBRFradio.com and sign up for email news sent right to your inbox, delivered by Troopers Office Supply.
Hello, Rebecca Lynn Peterson here with West Central Initiative. This year has shown us how much our region depends on working together, from supporting charities like local food shelves to strengthening vibrant communities and small businesses. But this work can't continue without your help. Your year-end gift to West Central Initiative is essential to keeping our region strong. Please donate today to WCIF.org. When we pool our resources through West Central Initiative, we can do big things.
This is Ryan Welly with the Fergus Falls Monument Company. When you're thinking about a memorial for your loved one, I invite you to stop in and see our large selection of memorials on display. The memorial you choose is crafted for you right here locally with an everlasting warranty. That means it's perfect now and forever, guaranteed. Call or stop in the
Fergus Falls Monument, or visit us online at foreverstonемemorials.com. Memorials that matter.
News Talk 1250 KBRF. Listen anytime, any place with the Fergus Now app on your phone. Going through today, we do have a wintry mix coming in. That's going to make things slick again. We'll hit 32 for our high. 7 tonight's low. A little more snow tonight into tomorrow. 12 for tomorrow's high. 10 for New Year's Day as we ring in the new year. 3 below for Thursday night's low. 10 above for Friday's high. 19 on Saturday. Right now, a little bit of clouds. 19 degrees, winds on the southwest at 6. It's Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Brought to you this morning and every morning by our good friends over at Pioneer Care and at Fergus Falls Monument.
Well, yesterday they were talking about an overnight low on New Year's Eve of like 10 below.
Yeah, they've moved it up. It's only about...
3 below, did you say?
No, Wednesday night, 9 below.
Oh, okay.
3 below for New Year's Day.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Night.
Okay. So New Year's Eve going to be a cold one.
Going to be chilly.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I'll be inside.
That's why we have auto start. But anyway, nothing we can do about this weather. I mean, it's just this roller coaster.
Yeah.
It was cold yesterday, but then the sun came out and
it'll be nice today.
Felt pretty good. And then today, going to be nice. We had just a teeny light dusting. It would have been, you know what? I forgot. I should have been hearing you in my head. Get the leaf blower. But instead, I took a shovel this morning, and this would have been perfect leaf blower snow.
I didn't get around to snow blowing yesterday until I got home from the hockey game. So about 10:30 at night, I'm sitting out there trying to snow blow everything.
Oh, goodness. And probably, let me guess, people had driven over it 14 times.
Well, yeah, walked over. Well, driven over really not that much because the only person to drive over stuff was me, and I was in the back. And
okay.
It's kind of gravel.
Oh, boy.
It's
if anybody
back there,
drives on my driveway before I get to it with a shovel, they are in deep trouble. I want to put cones out there when I leave for work, so nobody drives in if it snows.
I got to make sure I swing by your house on my way in.
Oh, gosh.
No. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
If you do, I'll know who did it, and you will be in serious trouble.
Your neighbors will be like, I don't know what was up with that Jeep. It just kept going back and forth, back and forth.
And my neighbors know how picky I am. They would come over and stop you, I think. So.
I'd tell them it's all a joke.
Yeah.
It's better than a live mouse on a trap.
Not a very good joke. Okay, a couple of things that I didn't get to hit on the front side. Remember we talked about the permanent absentee voter deal? Okay.
You brought yours in.
Yeah, we've gotten 4 of them.
Really?
4.
I haven't gotten a single one.
In 2 weeks, we've gotten 4 of them. Now, let's take all the money that they're wasting sending this junk out and do something good with it, A. But they're now all of a sudden, it's blowing up on social media. There is a company out there, they go by the name of Integrity Minnesota, and I think it's anything but integrity. But anyway, here's what it says. Crime, tired of waste and fraud in government, make your voice heard. And it says, crime, waste, misuse, you can vote on solutions. Join Minnesota's permanent absentee voter list today and vote from home in every future election.
Wow.
So here's one response from a woman to that post, and I couldn't agree more. She says this: I have been trying to find information on who exactly is behind, in quotes, Integrity Minnesota, and this push in our state for permanent absentee balloting. I've gotten at least 4 notices in the mail, me too, in recent weeks pushing for this registration. This woman says, please do not sign up for this, despite the claim that it will help eliminate fraud. I think it's just going to bolster fraud. Anyway, until information comes available as to who really is behind this effort, I've asked a legislator and a county political leader, and neither of them know anything about this organization. What I have read online is that many others doubt the legitimacy of this because voting in person or dropping your ballot off personally at the county seat is your very best way to ensure that your vote will in fact count. I couldn't agree more. If anyone knows who is behind the push and who exactly is Integrity Minnesota, we would shout it from the mountaintops.
Tibballs.
Well, I tell you what, I just, what is behind that? And the fact that now it's out there in social media, which of course everyone's going to see it. There, you know, the people that think this is a great deal going to share it. It's not a great deal, people.
No.
One of these years, and this will never happen, but we need to go back to Election Day.
Yep.
And if you do need to vote absentee, then you either you drop your ballot off before you leave for Arizona or wherever it is you're headed. You can do that anytime. Then you are absolutely 100% sure that your vote counted. Now just imagine having all these ballots being shipped all over the country. Now who's to say, I've already gotten 4 invitations to sign up for this. Who's to say that I won't get 4 ballots?
Yeah.
I might. And then what? Is somebody on the other end saying, oh, she already voted, and throw one out? I don't know. I mean, I'm asking the question. But what that also tells me is, yeah, the mailbox gets left open, didn't get shut quite tight. Your mail blows down the street. Anyone can fill that in, bring it to the county. Anyone.
Yep.
If you've got...
Mail theft.
Oh, my goodness. No kidding. That exact same thing happened during the last election. Remember how many ballots they found in the trunk of somebody's car?
Yep.
Because he got the ballots. He signed up for the ballots. They came to him. He wrote in who he was supposed to, got paid. I mean, and don't look at me like I have, and not that you are, but people listening, like I've got a foil hat because we all know this is happening.
Well, yeah, it's been in the news.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just think we got to do something about that. Anyway, so please find out who this Integrity Minnesota is. Do not believe everything you read on social media, for one. And then ask some real questions before you sign up for that. And I just think it's interesting. I would love to know if there's other people out there who have been receiving these invitations, because it's filled out with my information and where to take it to the government services office right here in Fergus Falls. So it looks awfully legitimate, and maybe that is legitimate. I just think it's not a good idea.
I find it interesting because I haven't gotten any, my parents haven't gotten any.
Maybe they're just trying to make me mad.
I think maybe.
It's very possible. Well, they've succeeded in that. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was I saw this yesterday on social media. This is why social media is so dangerous. It said, keep Minnesota blue. And it goes on to say, help us stop the Trump administration from forcing its dangerous far-right agenda on Minnesotans. Make a donation that works for you today. Now, here's the crux of the deal. It's called Minnesota's Political Contribution Refund, PCR. It's a program that is reset on January 1st. That means you can make a $75 donation as a single person or $150 for a couple and receive a full refund once a year from the state of Minnesota.
That sounds about right.
To contribute by check, send a contribution made out to Minnesota DFL, and then it gives the address in St. Paul. Really? So what good is your donation if they're going to return it to you?
Well, I just said, they get the money and you get your money back. It's called money laundering.
Oh my goodness, where have we come? Anyway, so people be careful with all that political stuff on social media. Just ditch it, get out of it, unfollow it, do whatever you can. Just go by it, because this whole permanent absentee balloting thing is very dangerous, I think. But anyway, and who knows who this Integrity Minnesota thing is. So anyway, I think we got to get our legislators looking into that and see if they can stop this push on permanent absentee balloting. I think it's a dangerous deal. Let's see. How about this one? Completely switching gears here. There are researchers that are developing crazy things every day. Well, this one seems crazy. They are developing sweat analysis. And they're doing so because they're trying to come up with a painless alternative to blood tests for detecting diseases, including diabetes, Parkinson's, and cancer. So they want to test your sweat and not your blood, so you don't get poked. A new study shows sweat samples are easier to process than blood or urine, containing fewer interfering substances. Scientists can now identify hundreds of compounds in sweat using advanced methods like mass spectrometry and liquid chromatography. For diabetes patients who traditionally prick fingers multiple times a day, sweat glucose monitoring showed strong correlation with blood glucose levels in 7 diabetic individuals. So they're maybe making some headway in that regard.
I think if they need to get them sweating, you just bring out that big needle, and they're like, oh, not the needle, not the needle. Oh,
That's
we got
all
our
it
sweat,
takes,
we got our
just-
sweat, we got our sweat.
Just take a little swipe across their brow. Yeah, I don't know how you would do that if they have to, like, you know, run a mile or something.
Hop on the treadmill.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that. But anyway, that's what they're looking into.
It's a prescription treadmill. It's going to run you about $4 million.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. There was a lineman, this was in Arizona, rescued a bear from a utility pole after the animal climbed up and faced potential electrocution. The guy responded to the emergency call and immediately shut off power to the pole's equipment for safety. He then used a bucket truck to reach the bear and encouraged it to climb down by prodding it with a fiberglass stick.
Yeah, to make it angry. Just
Yeah,
poke.
yeah.
Ever heard the phrase, don't poke the bear?
Yeah, didn't invite him into
Poke.
into the bucket for sure. Anyway, and then he used the bucket truck to get there, the fiberglass stick to kind of prod him to go down, and it recorded the bear sliding down the pole before returning to the wilderness. This marks this guy's second bear rescue from a utility pole.
Wow.
Yeah, similar incident happened in 2021 when he helped a young bear that was lying on the top of a power pole. What are the chances you get to do that twice? With success, I might add.
Hey, Ted, since you got experience, go poke the bear.
That's right. Your turn to poke the bear. Oh, maybe that's where it came from. Don't poke the bear.
Yeah, you just don't poke the bear.
Let's see. Here is a couple who is celebrating 75 years of marriage. I mean, you almost have to get to be 100 to celebrate 75 years, don't you? Unless you're married at 16 or something.
Well, I suppose if they're married that long, they probably got married young.
Yeah, probably. Because the man, Stanley, is 97 and Leatrice is 94. They live in New Jersey, and they mark their 75th wedding anniversary by sharing marriage advice with CBS TV out of New York. The couple met in 1949 at a city college dance in Manhattan, where Stanley gave Leatrice a ride home to the Bronx. Leatrice later called, claiming she lost earrings in his car, which she says now was not actually true. It's called entrapment, she said. They married 1 year later and now have 3 daughters, 5 grandchildren, and 8 great-grandchildren. Stanley emphasized the importance of humor, saying you've got to laugh at some things because things get rough sometimes, so a sense of humor helps. The couple maintain daily happy hour at 5 p.m. Maybe that's their big
I think that
deal.
right there is a key.
With Stanley serving as bartender while also spending time apart for individual activities, which I think you kind of have to do that too. You know, you have a girls' night or a girls' weekend. It's fun to travel with a group of girls, and I suppose it's fun to travel with a group of guys, you know?
Yeah.
Depending what you're doing. So, are you a Stranger Things watcher?
It's one of those things where I
Such a big deal. I've
it's
never
such
seen
a
it.
huge deal. I have never seen an episode. I know really nothing. I know it's like sci-fi and ooh, spooky, but I know that the finale is coming up tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Season 5 gathered streaming records by drawing 59.6 million views during its first 5 days. And the debut marks the highest premiere week viewership for any English language Netflix series and ranks 3rd overall, only behind Squid Game, seasons 2 and 3. I never saw that either.
No.
So, but if you're a big Netflix watcher, I have watched a couple of series lately. I started watching one called Homeland.
Okay.
And it's kind of interesting and maybe just a little too real based on what's going on in this country. And all the stuff that happens, this woman is with the CIA. So it's all this undercover stuff, and not even everybody who is working together is really working together. You never know who the good guy is and the bad guy is, and kind of hard to keep up with. You have to really watch it close. And it's one of those ones that has too many seasons, I think. I like the limited. If I'm going for a series, I love it when it says limited series and there's like 8 episodes and then you are done. That's the kind of series I like to watch, because really, I mean, how interesting can they make it when there's 8 seasons or whatever?
Yeah, there's
you know?
there's a lot of series that I used to like. I really liked Chuck, and then the last like 2-3 seasons were just awful. Castle, the last couple seasons were awful, and it's just they just kind of ran out of ideas, and they just started trying to recycle stuff, and it's just disappointing.
Yeah. I think that's how I feel too. And after I think I watched maybe 3 seasons or 4 seasons. So when the guy that they were ultimately chasing, when they finally got him, now they're chasing another guy. And
You're
so
like, I'm
then
good.
you're like, oh boy, that was a long chase to get the first guy. I think I'm out. So I try not to pick those series that last too long, because usually, at least I end up getting bored with them. Okay, lots of things that we say, what happened in 2025. Here are the most mispronounced words of 2025. So here we go. There's a language learning company, Babbel, and the captioning group released their annual list of the most mispronounced words. You want to know do you want to even take a guess at the top one? I'm going to just give you a hint that it's a person. Think politics this year.
I don't know.
Zoran Mamdani.
Oh,
that's a hard one. M-A-M, so it's mom and then
Mamdani.
Dani. And people are saying Mondani rather.
Mamdani.
Yeah. So anyway, that is the most mispronounced thing in the country over 2025. The other one, Paris's Louvre.
The Louvre
Museum. Mamdani's name, correctly pronounced Zoran, and Ron, emphasis on the second syllable, Zoran Mamdani, was frequently mangled as he rose to political prominence. The Louvre made the list of October's crown jewel theft-sparked news coverage, with many incorrectly pronouncing the world's most visited museum's name, which should be Louvre. That's the French.
Louvre.
Yeah. Other challenging words included acetaminophen.
Okay, aspirin.
Yep. Alex Murdaugh. And actually, they say it should be Alec Murdoch. But it's spelled D-A-U-G-H. So everyone's saying Alex Murdaugh, when that's not even his real name. Diabetes drug Mounjaro. That doesn't seem hard. And it's pronounced exactly like it's spelled.
Mounjaro.
Babel's Esteban Tuma noted many pronunciation challenges stem from adapting sounds from different languages. Isn't that
Imagine
a shock?
that.
Isn't that a
From
shock?
the company that teaches you how to pronounce stuff in different languages.
Exactly.
We bring you mispronunciations of foreign languages.
Yes, exactly. Oh boy, I
You don't
really...
want to sound like an idiot. Try
No.
Babel.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to learn another language? I mean, outside of what we did in high school.
School.
I took 4 years of French, and I can see when I'm reading that it is French. I know that it is French. I can discern some words that might give me an idea of what that sentence means, but to speak it, not so much. Sorry, Mrs. Egan. Yeah.
Yeah, I did 2 years of French, and I can't. I used to be able to when I was younger, and it was a little bit more fresh, but I've been out of school. Coming up next year, celebrating 30 years out of high school.
Well, and I've been out a lot longer than that. So, so my French, not so good. I think I could pick it up again. I would love to be able to speak another language, and I don't even know why. If you could speak another one fluently, what would you pick?
Spanish.
I think that would serve us the best.
Yeah.
I would love to be fluent in French. I love the language.
Oh, it's a beautiful language.
But I don't. But where would we use it?
Exactly. Unless you go up to Canada.
Yeah.
But there's enough English speakers up there.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think Spanish around here would be much more reasonable for us to want to use, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think remember I've told you how many times I'm all done learning.
Yep.
So I'm not going to do that. All done learning. Mary is out. All right. That is going to wrap up a Tuesday. Thank you for joining us. Our show today and every day brought to us by Fergus Monument and by Pioneer Care. Have a great day.